Welcome into another FIBA chat party. Japan and Brazil set to square off in their last game of Group B play. The loser of this is automatically eliminated from the knockout stage. The winner will stay alive in contention. Both teams are 0-2 coming into this game, and Japan without their star, Rui Hachimura, who has left the team with a calf injury. He was ejected from the team's game against France, and now he will not be suiting up against Brazil, but still offering his support for this Japan national team. We'll get a look at the starters in just a moment, and then it'll be time to go between Japan and Brazil, just moments away from getting started. Again, the loser is automatically eliminated from contention of the knockout stage. The winner stays alive to potentially qualify as a third-place team. The top two teams out of this group, France and Germany, are already confirmed, so they automatically move on into the knockout stage. So the starters for Japan, Yuki Kawamura, Makoto Hiyajima, Yuta Watanabe, Josh Hawkinson, and Hirotaka Yoshi. On the other side, for Brazil, Marcelino Huertas, Gui Santos, Leo Mendy, Jorginho de Paula, and Bruno Caboclo get the nod for Brazil. And we are just about set to get started. Love the jerseys out on the court. Both have the sleeve trim gradient. Japan wearing white with red and pink, while Brazil is wearing green uniforms with the blue and yellow trim. Getting a look at both head coaches. For Brazil, it's Alexander Petrovic. And for Japan, it's Tom Hovas. How's everyone in the chat feeling? If Rui is out, it's over. Yeah, Rui Hachimura is not playing. He has left the Japan national team. Haven't seen any Brazil fans in the chat yet. It's been all Japan, and we are underway. Brazil starts with the basketball, going right to left again, and they're in their green uniforms. Japan in white, going left to right. And Brazil gets us started. A baseline jumper is off the mark, and a strong rebound is pulled down by Josh Hawkinson for Japan. Again, both teams have not won. Japan, a couple close games against Germany and France. It was a pretty controversial ending, Japan thought, in the game against France that went to overtime. Brazil lost to France 78-66. It was a comeback game, and the home crowd was rowdy. And then they lost to Germany 86-73. Japan, again, it's a 94-90 loss to France in overtime. And they lost to Germany 97-77. And France and Germany have qualified in for the knockout stage as Josh Hawkinson catches a pass from Yuki Kawamura and lays it in to begin the scoring. Japan with the first lead of the game a minute in. Brazil gets the basketball back, and we get a foul. Goes against Kawamura. Josh Hawkinson, who plays in Japan, averaged 21 points and almost 11 rebounds per game in last year's World Cup. Japan qualified directly for the Olympics out of that World Cup, a 19th place finish, but they finished on top of Asia, and it was enough to get them here for the Olympics, as Marcelino Huertas has the first points of the game for Brazil. It's a mid-range jumper. A three is up and away, and that is good for Yuki Kawamura. The 5'8" guard scored 29 against France, and he's on the board with a triple. Drive, an elbow jumper around the rim and out. It's kept in bounds, but right into the hands of Yuta Watanabe. Watanabe will most likely have to take over this game if Rui Hachimura is no longer on the team. Watanabe, the NBA talent. Personally, I'd love to see more of Keisei Tominaga out on the floor for Japan. Big time shooter, and he can really get things going for Japan. Brings a lot of energy out onto the floor. Here's Hawkinson down low. And he drops in a post hook. Nice shot there from Josh Hawkinson. Kuya-san, welcome into the chat. Appreciate that. It's 7-2 Brazil. Or Japan, excuse me. Te Paula comes off a screen and the lefty knocks down a top of the key three-pointer. Couple of threes falling for each team. And now it's 7-5. Kawamura brings it back up for Japan. An 11 a.m. tip-off in Lille, and a lot of Japan fans. I think they have more than Brazil, but a packed house for the first game of the day. Again, a lot at stake here. The loser is eliminated from the knockout stage. The winner stays alive. 4 games in the men's group play taking place today. This is the first one. Australia will face Greece at 7:30 Eastern Time. Canada and Spain at 11:15. And then to close out the day, 2 already qualified teams out of this group, France and Germany, will square off at 3 p.m. Eastern. Huertas just tied this game for Brazil at 7-7, 3 minutes gone by. Hiyajima trying to clear up some space. Alright, some Japan fans entering into the chat. Welcome in. Pretty solid start, but Bruno Caboclo just took the lead back for Brazil. A 3 from the point as Hawkinson was late to close out. Again, you can check the description for all the information how to watch this game and all the Olympics from wherever you are in the world. 3 from Watanabe comes up short. Rebound for Caboclo. Caboclo spent 9 years in the NBA, now playing professionally in Serbia. He catches down low, turns and puts it over Hawkinson for 2. 12-7, Brazil leading Japan. Alexander Petrovic, the head coach of Brazil, the older brother of Croatia and NBA legend Drazen Petrovic. Yuki Kawamura just dropped one in down low. Drive to the free throw line, and the jumper is pure for Marcelino Huertas. Played 2 seasons in the NBA. He had 11 points and 5 assists against France. Watanabe gets to the free throw line, passes out of the double team. He finds Kawamura up top. Kawamura, that's a mean step back, but the 3 is short. Kept alive for a moment. Hiyajima gets another possession for Japan, and then Hawkinson trying to save it from going out of bounds. He throws it away. Up ahead, a missed layup in transition for Leo Mendy. 3 left wing, that's short. Hawkinson, offensive rebound again for Japan. Drive, and 1. Yuki Kawamura with a chance at a 3-point play. Josh Hawkinson should get the assist credit. He won't, but the offensive rebound keeps the possession alive for Japan. Tristan Green, welcome back into the chat. Yeah, the Brazil head coach, Alexander Petrovic. His younger brother is Drazen. Alexander also played for Team Croatia, and then he coached Croatia in the 2016 Olympics. Also the former head coach of Bosnia and Herzegovina. So a lot of national team experience for Alexander Petrovic as Yuki Kawamura converts on the 3-point play, and he makes it a 1-point game. We're more than halfway through the first quarter. It's 14-13, Brazil leading Japan. Caboclo down low. Good post defense by Yuta Watanabe to force the miss. Kawamura sprinting the other way to the basket. He was going too fast for himself, and he missed the layup. Drive down low, a nice pump fake, and Guy Santos puts it up and in. Got the defender jumping. Drive by Watanabe, it's knocked out of bounds, will stay with Japan. Four Olympic Games in the men's basketball group play today. Keisei Tominaga, who I just mentioned earlier about getting more playing time, has just stepped onto the floor. He replaces Makoto Hiyajima. Keisei Tominaga, an Indiana Pacers rookie, played at the University of Nebraska, and he was one of the most electrifying players in all of college basketball. As his first three is away, he missed it. Brazil gets it back. Huertas drives off the screen. A long floater from outside the free throw line is missed. Caboclo gets the offensive rebound and the stick back. Bruno Caboclo, the 28-year-old, 6'9" forward, making it look easy down low with the offensive rebound and two. Tominaga will try another three. He missed it. Two straight threes have been missed by Keisei Tominaga for Japan. Chaz Johnson checking back into the chat as Bruno Caboclo hits it from the left wing and forces a Japan timeout. 7-0 run for Brazil. It's 21-13. Yeah, Tristan, Keisei Tominaga was money. That's a good way to put it in college. He was such a good three-point shooter, and he brought the fans back to the University of Nebraska. He was a fan favorite because he just always had a smile out on the court. Hasn't really seen much playing time in these Olympics, but now without Rui Hachimura, Japan will have to go to the bench, and Keisei Tominaga is a good option there. Luis Scola, Manu Ginobili of Argentina, they did not qualify for this Olympic tournament. Bruno came to play, that's for sure. Bruno Caboclo is off to a hot start. Here in the first quarter, he already has 10 points and 3 rebounds. 3:22 to play in the opening frame. Tom Hovas wanted to talk things over with his team. Speaking of Nebraska, one of their opponents, Penn State in the Big Ten Conference, Tom Hovas, a former Penn State Nittany Lion. He also played 2 games with the Atlanta Hawks in his career, and then 10 years in Japan. He's been the head coach of this Japan national team since 2021. Drive and a turnover out of the timeout. Brazil gets a fast break look and a foul against Josh Hawkinson. I think Brazil will win. Watanabe got injured. Yuta Watanabe is playing. He did reveal he's been dealing with an injury that sidelined him for a while, but he is playing at these Olympics. 16 points in the team's first game. He played for Japan in the 2020 Olympics, averaged almost 18 points per game. I think Rui Hachimura could be a big difference in this game. Again, he is not on the team anymore. He has a left calf injury that will keep him out for the remainder of the Olympics. He is still offering his support for this Japan team as a 3 is blocked, and it's a 3-on-1 the other way for Brazil, and Bruno Caboclo throws down the hammer. Bruno Caboclo is feeling it early for Brazil. Raul Neto with the assist. The second steal of the game for Brazil, it led to an easy fast break. Watanabe the step back, finds Hawkinson on the left wing, extra pass, Yoshi hits the three-pointer. Hirotake Yoshi brings the smiles back to the Japan fans. 25-16, under 2 minutes to play in the first. Neto drives, he gives it up for Huertas. Top of the key three-pointer is too strong, and the rebound pulled down by Watanabe. Watanabe takes it himself and lays it in. You can check the description for how to watch this game and all the Olympics from your location. Kuya-san, we forgive you. The O and the I right next to each other on the keyboard. Another three for Bruno Caboclo. Makes it a 10-point game, but Josh Hawkinson responds quickly in transition. Yeah, Watanabe is playing. He is maybe still a little banged up. He announced that he was dealing with an injury leading up to the Olympics, and that sidelined him for months. But Rui Hachimura is not playing after suffering a calf injury in this Olympic tournament. He has left the Japan national team. 31-20. Brazil is feeling it, exploding offensively here in the first quarter. Kawamura goes to the bench. Japan will still lose, even with Yuta Watanabe. I mean, Brazil right now is just lighting it up on the offensive end. Again, the loser of this game is eliminated from knockout stage contention. The winner stays alive, trying to qualify for the next round as a third-place team. France and Germany, out of Group B, have already punched their ticket into the knockout round. Mendes steps into it. He missed the long baseline too. Rebound for Hawkinson, and he got pushed out of bounds. 3-point merchants, well, if you're going to make them, take as many as you want. Right now, Brazil is 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. Do what you got to do with your Olympic run on the line. Alexander Petrovic calling the shots. 10 seconds left. Japan basketball. Watanabe tries to drive. He gets walled off. Finds Togashi, who missed a three badly. The 5'6" guard ends the first quarter. 31 points for Brazil in the first 10 minutes. And they have an 11-point lead heading into the second quarter. Bruno Caboclo leading the way for this Brazil team, trying to stay alive in the 2024 Olympics. In the first quarter, Bruno Caboclo 6 of 8 from the field. He's 3 of 3 from three-point range. He has 15 points and 5 rebounds already. Brazil had to go through an Olympic qualifying tournament to get here. They won it in Riga, Latvia, making their 16th Olympic appearance. 31 points in the first quarter. They are on fire. One of the Brazil players, can't see from this angle who it is, and it's Marcelino Huertas. He has taken off his sock and shoe, stretching out his foot, and getting looked at by the athletic training team for Brazil. 3 bronze medals in the history of the Olympics for Brazil. 1948, 1960, and 1964. And they placed 13th in the 2023 World Cup, so not enough to directly qualify them. But they did win the Latvia qualifying tournament to get them in to these Olympics. Brazil is shooting under 50% from inside the three-point line, and they are shooting over 80% from beyond the arc. 31-20. We're just about set to get the second quarter started. And we are back underway. Japan basketball going left to right. Yuki Togashi will immediately try a three, and he drills it. Togashi scored over 6 points per game in the 2020 Olympics. Despite being undersized, there was a picture of him guarding Victor Wembanyama in Japan's game against France. It basically looked photoshopped. 5'6", and he had to defend the 7'4" Wemby. Benite makes it a 10-point game again. Japan and Brazil trade buckets to get the second quarter underway. Togashi gets rid of it. Hiyajima will try a step-back right-wing three, hit every part of the rim, and bounced off. Togashi gets it back up top. Gets a screen from Hawkinson. Togashi trying to shake off the defense. Instead, he gives it up, and Udai Baba drains the three, nothing but net from 25 feet out. That is the 13th three taken by Japan. They've made 5. But an answer, Iago Santos. Another one away for Japan. It's off the mark. Offensive rebound. Kick out. Watanabe tries. That's good. 3 straight threes between Japan and Brazil. It's 36-29. Yuta Watanabe makes that one for Japan. 7 NBA seasons and 4 different teams. Yuta Watanabe now a Memphis Grizzly. Down low, Lucas Diaz missed the layup. Japan brings it back down the floor. Togashi makes his way down the lane and then dribbles it out. Looks inside. Here's Hawkinson. At the right block, Hawkinson turns, puts it up. It won't go. An offensive rebound and putback and one for Yuta Watanabe, and he is fired up. Watanabe can make it a 4-point game at the free throw line. Let's go Brazil. You need 4 points and the Brazil win. Yeah, Yuta Watanabe is taking over right now. I said at the top that he would have to be one of the guys to take over for Japan with the absence of Rui Hachimura, and he is doing just that. 7 points and 5 rebounds. He missed the free throw, so the lead remains 36-31 for Brazil. Brazil with the basketball back, just over 2 minutes gone here in the second. Iago Santos, brings it up for Brazil. Gets a screen from Diaz. Santos gets into the lane and he gets fouled by Hawkinson. Nope, they'll actually say it's against Yuki Togashi. Fouled him from behind. Kai Taves has just checked in for Japan as Togashi heads to the bench. No free throws for Brazil. They say the foul came before the shot, so they get the ball with a sideline out of bounds. And they turn it over. Lucas Diaz and Vitor Benite were just not on the same page on the pass, and it goes back out of bounds to Japan. Diaz went crashing into the Brazil bench trying to save it. Good reflexes by the coaching staff getting out of the way as he knocked over all those chairs. Here's Taves. Watanabe will try a contested right wing three. A bit strong. Santos brings it back up for Brazil. Santos walled off at the elbow. He has to get rid of it. Here's De Paula. Now back to Santos. Screen from Diaz. Santos down the lane, missed it off the glass. Taves the rebound. Numbers the other way for Japan. Into the corner, transition three is good. Udai Baba makes it a 2-point game. Baba plays professionally in Japan, and he has made it 36-34. Diaz fires a three, and the high arcer from the right wing drops down. Taves brings it up, defended by Santos. Kai Taves looking inside for Hawkinson, and he turns it over. The pass was not strong enough, and Brazil takes it back. And that's a traveling violation. It was Gui Santos going down the lane, and it looked like he passed it to himself, so a travel will give it right back to Japan. Brazil's going to lose for sure. They can't keep the ball. A turnover right there. Gives it back to Japan. Still a 5-point lead for the Brazilians. Kentrell's plug. You can check the description for how to watch all the Olympics from your location. There's a link there with all the information. Taves on the right wing. He steps back. Goes to the left wing. A three was missed by Hiejima. Didi Lozada has a rebound for Brazil, and then a foul. Iago Santos was making his way down the floor, and Makoto Hiejima gets whistled. Just stepped in there for the blocking foul. Akira Jacobs, the 20-year-old, has just checked into the game for Japan. Oh yes, we will have a chat party for the next game. My bad. Yeah, we'll have a chat party for all the Olympic action for both men's and women's basketball. Benite going down the lane. And an offensive foul. Jorginho De Paula setting an illegal screen. Taves with it for Japan. Hugh Watanabe gives it right back to Taves on the handoff. High arcing three off the front of the rim. Watanabe offensive rebound finds a cutting Jacobs. And Akira Jacobs, who just checked into the game, makes it a one-possession game. 39-36. Brazil leading Japan. The attack, the layup, no good. Lucas Diaz trying to follow it with a hammer, but he missed the dunk. The other way, Jacobs, a corner three. Missed it. That one almost got stuck for a wedgie, but it pops out. Alright, you'll be tuned into our chat party. Love to hear that. Always happy to have you. Francie Reyes, Japan fan, checking into the chat as Vitor Benite hits the three. The Brazil fans in Lille are loving it. Brazil is 8 of 9 from three-point range. Japan won't win, trying to tell you. With the way Brazil is shooting the basketball, it'll definitely be tough for Japan to win. But a big comeback here in the second quarter. Three is missed by Udai Baba. And Marcelino Huertas, who was getting his foot looked at after the first quarter, is back into the game. Iago Santos and Lucas Diaz are checking out to the Brazil bench. 6-point lead. 42-36. 4 minutes to play in the second. Huertas spins off Taves. Back up high, Benite fakes 1-3, takes another, and hits it. Vitor Benite scored 17 for Brazil against Germany, and he's got a three-pointer. Kentrell's plug, Rui Hachimura is no longer on Japan. He suffered a calf injury, and he is not a part of Team Japan anymore. Still offering his support for this team, but He is no longer with them in Paris. A tough break for Japan, as they have lost their star Rui Hachimura. Yeah, these games do go by really fast. Already almost to halftime. Huertas brings it up. 47-36, gives it up. Benite, right wing three. Are you kidding me? Brazil cannot miss from deep. Timeout Japan. An 11-0 run for Brazil. It's 50-36 out of nowhere. Brazil is on fire from 3-point range. This is just ridiculous. They are 10 of 11 from 3. This game was just 39-36. And in the blink of an eye, Brazil makes it a 14-point lead. Japan is out of timeouts for the first half. Seems like Brazil's taken all the threes. They're 10 of 11. Japan, though, has taken 21 threes. And it's not like they're shooting that bad. They're 7 of 21. Rashad Lindsay, the Brazil fan, is absolutely loving this run. Yeah, no Rui Hachimura, making this one a blowout. Hey, Japan had a big comeback, and now Brazil on a run. How many Benite got? Vitor Benite has 11 points. He's 4 of 4 from the field and 3 of 3 from 3-point range for 11 points in the first half. Yeah, no Rui Hachimura is very tough to deal with for Japan because he is really the star. 20 points and 10 rebounds against Germany and 24 points against France. He averaged over 20 points as well in the 2020 Olympics. But just 2 games played in the 2024 Olympics and now unable to play for Team Japan. Goat Talk, you can check the description for how to watch this game from your location, as well as all the Olympic action. A nice feed down low from Yuki Togashi. Or no, it was actually Yuki Kawamura to find the cutting Yudai Baba for the jam out of the Japan timeout. So a nice set drawn up by Tom Hovas, the Japan head coach. Offensive rebound after the miss for Brazil. Kick back out, long range 3, that's short. Kawamura with the rebound. Watanabe is fouled. Yuta Watanabe has done a nice job taking over in the absence of Hachimura. Definitely a tough break, as I've said. Rui Hachimura, the Los Angeles Laker, 12.7 points per game in his 6-year NBA career after playing his college ball at Gonzaga. College basketball in the United States is a lot more heavily represented by Japan in recent memory. Rui Hachimura, Keisei Tominaga, as I mentioned, was a fan favorite. Akira Jacobs, the 20-year-old on this team, is currently playing at the University of Hawaii. Yeah, Brazil does have a magnet on the hoop, but only from 3. As Yuta Watanabe hits a heavily contested one with the shot clock winding down. Top of the key 3-pointer. Both teams are feeling it from distance. Brazil just a little bit more. They're 11 of 12. Huertas on the attack. Instead, he gives it up and it's taken away by Hirotaka Yoshi. 3 is way short from Watanabe. Hawkinson an offensive rebound and he's fouled by Felicio. The former Chicago Bull, Cristiano Felicio, gets whistled for it. Getting a replay at that last Yuta Watanabe 3. Shot clock hitting 0, so he just had to fire it away and hope for the best. And he drilled it with the defense draped all over him. Brazil is on fire, yeah, that's for sure. They just called the timeout before we get these Josh Hawkinson free throws. It's their first timeout of the first half. And no Rui Hachimura for Japan has been the story of the game so far, making Japan spread the floor a lot more. They don't have Hachimura down low. Again, Brazil calling a timeout. 50-41, a minute 25 left before halftime. Josh Hawkinson will have 2 free throws after this break. Tom Hovas talking to his Japan guys, trying to get them back on track. They had a big run to make it 39-36, and then Brazil went on a spurt to make it 50-36. I will say, a lot of fans in attendance for Japan. Both of these teams are trying to keep their hopes alive of playing in the knockout stage. The loser of this game is automatically eliminated from contention. Hawkinson goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He's another one of the Japan players to play his college basketball in the United States. He played at Washington State University. At the line, he makes it an 8-point game, 50-42, with time before halftime ticking off. Brazil just barely gets it in, but Marcelino Huertas will bring it up for the Brazilians. Right wing, isolation ball on this possession. Didi Louzada the step back. He missed it. Hawkinson has another rebound. Kawamura gets by Benite into the lane. The floater drops in. It kicked off the heel and a friendly roll makes it a 6-point game. Japan is not going anywhere. Now on an 8-0 run of their own. Huertas spins off the screen, and a foul against Kawamura. And Marcelino Huertas is still down on the floor. He's grabbing his foot. Again, he was getting looked at by the training staff after the first quarter. He had his sock and shoe off, and now after getting fouled, he stayed down on the floor. We're getting another look at it right now. Yeah, no contact on that foot. He never got stepped on, so he is really feeling it right now. He will stay out on the court. 35.4 seconds left in the second quarter. 50-44, Brazil basketball after the foul, but no free throws. An off-balance elbow jumper and a foul, sending Vitor Benite to the free throw line. Kentrell's Plug, you're watching along with me. Absolutely love to hear it, getting the full experience, the game and the chat party. Unfortunately, we don't have the streaming rights, so we can't show the games ourselves. But doing what we can with these chat parties. Benite makes both at the free throw line, making it 52-44. A whole bunch of substitutions come in for Brazil. Huertas, one of the Brazilians to go to the bench. He's kind of just hobbling off, and the training staff is waiting for him at the end of the bench. Four seconds separate the shot and game clock late in the first half. Yuki Togashi with it for Japan. Togashi fires a three. He's still at 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Rebound is pulled down. Brazil coming the other way. A three at the buzzer is good. And the story of the first half remains true throughout. Leo Mendy hits the three-pointer at the buzzer. 55 points in the first half. And Brazil taking an 11-point lead into the locker room. It's 55-44. The three-point shooting for Brazil, so impressive. There in the first half, they were 11 of 13. Vitor Benite, 13 points. He did not miss. Bruno Caboclo, also with 15. Despite the injury, Marcelino Huertas is fired up on the bench after that three. Leading Japan, Yuta Watanabe had 10 points and Yuki Kawamura had 11, but not great shooting. 17 of 42 from the field as a team. I am from the United States, Andre. A 5 a.m. tip-off where I am. 11 a.m. tip-off local time in France. So we head to the halftime break with Brazil leading Japan 55-44. Rebound stats? Absolutely. Leading rebounder for Brazil, Bruno Caboclo. He had 6 rebounds to go along with his 15 points. Leo Mendy has 4 rebounds for Brazil. And on the other side, for Japan, again, Rui Hachimura was the leading rebounder, so some struggles on the glass, but Josh Hawkinson doing a nice job. He had 7 rebounds, and Yuta Watanabe had 5. As a team, Brazil had 23 rebounds, and Japan had 20. All right, you need Leo Mendy 2 threes and a Brazil win. Right now looking good. Mendy already has his 2 triples, so you just need the win to hit that plus 200 bet. Mendy getting his 2nd triple of the game at the buzzer to cap off the offensive explosion in the first half. 55 points for Brazil. So they are well on pace to score more than they have in these Olympics. They scored 66 against France and 73 against Germany. Do I think Greece can upset? Oh, taking on Australia. That's the next game to get underway. I don't know. Greece has not looked too good so far, trying to keep their dreams alive of the knockout stage. Australia, a pretty good team. I think Australia will win it by 8. That's my prediction. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo will be hungry though. Giannis might not, he doesn't want to go down without a fight, so I think he's going to try to lead Greece to an upset win. But Australia has a lot of talent on the floor. The only thing though, you know what, now I'm rethinking my decision. Greece has a better chance than I was thinking because of the size advantage that they have. Australia is not at all a big team. They do have a couple big guys down low, but Greece with a lot more size than Australia, so that'll really help. Oh, we're getting the best halftime show I have ever seen. There's this guy that just, with all sorts of dribble moves, and he's been coming out for halftime shows throughout these Olympics. It's the coolest thing. Puerto Rico will beat USA. Magic Joy, would be an absolute stunner. Lost by about 50 to Serbia, did Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico already eliminated. and USA already qualified. Andre Ramirez, Rui Hachimura is not a part of Team Japan anymore, so he will definitely not be out on the floor. Yeah, this is an elimination game for Greece. Yeah, if they don't win, they are automatically eliminated from contention of the knockout stage. Trying to qualify as a third-place team, Canada and Australia have already punched their ticket. I mean, this halftime show is just... This guy is spinning a basketball on his hand like this, and he has another basketball on top of that basketball. I don't know how he does it. I think Team USA is stronger than Team Canada, but I think it'd be a good game. I think Canada has the best chance of anyone to knock off USA, but I think the Americans have a much better roster than anyone, and it'd be a great game. Betting on Giannis for 30. Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo I think will have a pretty big game. Yeah, we do go live for the Women's Olympic Games. Chat parties for all of them. I'll be hosting the United States final game on Sunday, taking on Germany. Yeah, all men's and women's games are streamed here with chat parties. It's been a ton of fun so far. Some great games on both sides of Olympic basketball. But Magic Joy, going back to that question, I think Team USA would beat Team Canada, but I think it'd be a good game. I think the Americans have more depth than Canada does, so the second half would probably be run by the US. But again, I think it'd be a great game. South Sudan and Canada, the nightmare for Team USA. They handled South Sudan a lot more easily than they did in the exhibition. South Sudan did stick around after going down big in the first half, but the United States controlled that game from the late first quarter until the end. Their lead was never really in danger. But I think Canada would really put up a fight against USA. They have a great roster with some NBA stars. RJ Barrett and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander headline the team. They also have Jamal Murray playing limited minutes. Draymond Green is not playing in these Olympics. But yeah, USA and Puerto Rico going down tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll have the chat party for that one. My favorite NBA player? See, now I can say it's Jared McCain, the rookie for the 76ers. Love his game. Big TikTok star. Jared McCain just has a lot of fun out there. LeBron always heats up against Dylan Brooks. The rivalry. Yeah, the forwards are too good for Canada. Yeah, USA, small forwards are absolutely loaded. I mean, LeBron and Kevin Durant have been pretty impressive so far. And that's just naming two of their players. Prediction for USA against Puerto Rico. I think it'll be a 35-point win for USA. Puerto Rico will be playing with a lot of pride, but they have been eliminated from contention, and USA has already qualified, so no need to really go all out. You can rest some of your best players, especially later in the game if you're USA. McCain, no way. Yeah, Rob Dillingham is a lot of fun to watch. He is a crafty player. Some incredible dribble moves, and he just creates for himself and his teammates. It'll be a lot of fun to watch in the NBA. Yeah, SGA would have to have a huge game against USA if Canada wanted to come out on top. They've been zoomed in on a fan here on the live stream with binoculars for about a minute. And now they switch over. I'm not sure how this is possible, but he is wearing a Japan headband, and sticking out of the headband is a Brazil flag. So you just absolutely love to see the spirit coming for both teams. They're getting warmed up right now, 55-44. Brazil is leading Japan. Russell Westbrook better than Jared McCain? Yeah, I would definitely agree with that statement. Jared McCain still with a lot to prove as a rookie. But he was a ton of fun to watch in college basketball with Duke. Will this be LeBron's last Olympic appearance? I would have to assume so. 39 years old already. I mean, he's playing like he's in his prime. Because he basically is. LeBron has just never left his prime. But I would have to guess this is LeBron's last Olympic appearance. It's the first time he's played in the Olympics since 2012. It was well worth the wait because he has been so fun to watch through 2 games for USA, but I'm guessing this will be his last time suiting up in the Olympics for Team USA. Unless maybe Bronny James comes out. And 4 years from now, we could get Bronny and Bryce on the team. Who knows? LeBron, Curry, and KD last Olympics? Yeah, most likely. Yeah, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James. The big 3 for USA. Probably on the team for the last time in the Olympics. Do I think the 76ers can win the finals this year? Or we're still a long way away from that. I think they have a chance. They have a pretty good team. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. I don't know though. It's very early to tell. Nobody will beat USA. Yeah, they definitely have the most loaded roster. Obviously, the doubt that people had with Team USA was if the stars would be able to play together. But they have proven those doubts wrong. They're moving the ball really well. They're shooting it well. And they just have so much talent up and down the roster. All 12 can play at a really high level. Even Derek White, who people didn't think would do anything, he had 10 points against South Sudan. Zion Williamson replaced LeBron at the 2028 Olympics. Hey, we'll see how Zion progresses over the next 4 years. Yeah, Greece can still qualify if they beat Australia. They do have a chance to qualify as a third-place team. They do have to win by at least 3 points, I believe. But they do still have a chance. Again, that one coming up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That'll be the second game of 4 here today. We have 4 men's basketball games from the Olympics today. Japan and Brazil at halftime, that's the first. And obviously Australia and Greece is next. Canada will face Spain at 11:15. And France taking on Germany at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't really have a favorite NBA team. It used to be the Brooklyn Nets. But now I don't really have a favorite. Go Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to lead his squad into the knockout stage. 2 players for each team in double figures scoring the basketball. We're just about set to get started inside a minute to go until the third quarter gets underway between Brazil and Japan. 55-44 is the lead for the Brazilians after 20 minutes. Still 20 minutes to go, and it's been a game of runs. Japan went on a big run to cut a lead to 3, and then out of nowhere it was 11, or 14 actually, after the 11-0 run for Brazil. Marcelino Huertas, who's dealing with that clear foot injury, is back out on the floor. Huertas plays his professional basketball in Spain. 11 points and 5 assists in Brazil's loss against France. Random inspiration: Rui Hachimura is no longer a part of Team Japan. He suffered a calf injury and is not with the team anymore. Marcelino Huertas, well, his foot looks fine. He gets the second half started with a free throw line jumper. Brazil in green going left to right now. Japan in their white uniforms going right to left. And Hawkinson hits a three. Did not take long, for these two teams to get started in the second half. 20 minutes down. It was an 11-point lead at halftime, and now it's 12 after Bruno Caboclo gets to the basket, and he now has 17 points today. His pump fake for Kawamura freed up some space. He elected not to shoot it. Here's the drive and the dump. No foul called. Yoshi lost it. Attack. A three-pointer from the corner, and Gui Santos knocks it down. Raul Neto keeping his head up in transition. Santos drills it. Without Hachimura, they lose. Yeah, it's definitely tough for Japan without Rui Hachimura. He's their star player. No longer on the team. Josh Hawkinson has 2 threes to begin the second half in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, Brazil just cannot miss. This is a very high-scoring game. High-scoring and fast-paced. Yeah, Brazil is on fire from three-point range. That's why this game is so high-scoring. And that's a nice move right there from Bruno Caboclo. Yuta Watanabe, fade away. He missed it. Mendy the rebound. Pass inside for Caboclo. He tips it off Watanabe. It gets to the corner. Oh, that one hit the top of the backboard for Leo Mendy. Skip pass from Kawamura to the right wing. And a missed three from Watanabe. A foul after Mendy got the rebound. Going against Hiyajima. Yeah, it's definitely a game of runs. And Brazil right now winning this game of runs. Japan just has to stop this hot shooting. I mean, Brazil is just lighting it up. And once they get one, it seems like they go on a tear. Brazil doing a great job spacing the floor. I mean, they never have two players within like 10 feet of each other, it seems. Mendy got to the basket. He missed an easy layup, but he kept it alive by tipping it out. Hawkinson pulls down the rebound. Kawamura gets inside. Extra pass. Watanabe corner three. Missed it long. Hawkinson tracked it down, but he was out of bounds when he last touched it. So I think an NBA team is going to sign Hawkinson. He is playing really well in these Olympics. And sometimes in the Olympics, you can't really tell with the competition. But this year, a lot of NBA talent on the floor. And this is the best of the best in the world. And Josh Hawkinson is playing at the top of these Olympics. So I would not be surprised if an NBA team finds him. He really does fit the mold of a current NBA player. He's 6'10", and he can stretch the floor. He has 2 threes already in the second half, rebounding the ball efficiently as well. So I would not be surprised if an NBA team finds Hawkinson out of these Olympics and scoops him up in free agency. He currently plays professionally in Japan. On the attack, there's a rejection from Watanabe. There's currently a discrepancy between the score you're seeing and the score on the game stream. 1 point off. Ours says 67-50, and the stream says 66-50. Either way, Brazil with a big lead. Speaking of professional basketball in Japan, Leo Mendy of Brazil, plays for Alvar Tokyo. He plays with Kai Taves, who's on Japan's team. Josh Hawkinson just hit another three. So yeah, maybe the NBA should take a look at this guy. He has his third three of the second half. Trying to chip away at this lead, and now the score is even. It's 66-53. Hawkinson attacking, and he gets fouled by Mendy. Bruno Caboclo has 19 points to go along with 7 rebounds. Josh Hawkinson is feeling it. 3 threes in the second half. And now Hawkinson has 16 points. Also with 8 rebounds. Big game for Hawkinson. He knew he needed it. Without Rui Hachimura, he had to step up. He'll go to the free throw line now to shoot 2 more. Alright, you need Bruno Caboclo 20 points and a Brazil win. It's looking good right now. Close to that 20-point mark, and Brazil with a 13-point lead. 5.5 to go in the third quarter, Getting a instant replay. Going to the review monitor. Are the officials, I think, looking for an unsportsmanlike foul? Yeah, Tudo, good question. Brandon, what's the line on that Caboclo point and Brazil win bet? 37, he put 7, okay. That's a solid payout.
Sometimes you have to let certain people know, Can't mix up in that. Can't mix up in that madness, you get me?
5.5 remaining in the third quarter. Officials still at the replay monitor. Checking for an unsportsmanlike foul, and we will not get one, just a common foul. So 2 free throws coming. Tom Hovas, the Japan head coach, is talking to the officials about what he saw. Sterling Rivera, the Japan fan, into the chat. Welcome in. So on the screen it says Watanabe at the free throw line, but it is Josh Hawkinson taking the foul shots. And he makes both. Under 165. I'm not good at math, but we're at 121. Did I do that right? I think. Math is not my thing, but I think we're at 121, so under 165 might be tough to get to. Yeah, Rui Hachimura would definitely make a big difference for Japan. I mean, he's been the star throughout the Olympics in their first 2 games, and now with the calf injury, he has left the national team. Still showing his support and told the fans to get out there and root for this Japan team. trying to keep their hopes of qualifying into the knockout stage alive. Again, the winner of this can qualify as a third place team. The loser automatically eliminated. Vitor Benite checks back in for Brazil. The 34-year-old scored 17 against Germany, and he's having a big game again today. Benite with 13 points, he hasn't missed. Hawkinson inside, and another foul. Foul goes against Huertas, and Josh Hawkinson is going back to the free throw line where he just went 2 for 2. Hawkinson has 17 points and 8 rebounds. .443 left in quarter number 3. It's been a quick game so far and very high scoring, although it has slowed down in the third quarter despite those 3 threes from Josh Hawkinson. And he goes 2 for 2 again. Japan nothing without Rui Hachimura. I mean, they are hanging around against the tough Brazil team that can score the basketball. But Japan definitely not the same team without Rui. Go Japan with a whole lot of A's. A foul on the rebound after a missed 3. It's against Gui Santos. He pushed off trying to get the offensive rebound. Oh, sorry, I'm so tired. 5 a.m. tip-off where I am. 11 a.m. on a Friday, and the stands are filled. I mean, these fans for the Olympics do not mess around. They fill the arena no matter the time or day. Santos, a 3, is off for Brazil. Watanabe made a layup to make it a 7-point game on the last possession for Japan. Hawkinson tries a 10-footer. He missed it. Yeah, Japan played really well against France. The Japan fans thought it was a controversial finish. It went to overtime. But they looked good against one of the best teams in these Olympics. Yeah, a lot of bad luck so far for Japan. They could use this win for their morale. Yuki Kawamura has 8 assists for this Japanese team. We just got a foul against Josh Hawkinson. Brazil basketball on the sideline. Frank Vasquez, everyone's saying Japan isn't anything without Rui. Yeah, they're playing good. I mean, Rui Hachimura, with him on the court, I'm sure they'd be playing better, but they're holding their own right now. This game is not at all over. An offensive foul was just called against Vitor Benite, and it's an unsportsmanlike, a technical foul to go along with the offensive foul against Vitor Benite. USA men's and women's for gold. I think the women's team, well, they had a pretty close game yesterday against Belgium, actually. But they're going for 8 straight golds. And the men's team going for 5. The technical foul came because Benite, after the offensive foul, he slammed down the basketball. He was not happy with the call. So he slammed the ball. And, oh, well, he just gave it a kiss. After the free throw, Benite got the basketball back and he kissed it. So he forgives the basketball. They have officially made up. Kawamura makes the technical free throw. 66-60. Sometimes teams play good without their main player. Yeah, Rui Hachimura, I mean, you never know. Japan probably would be better without them, but it's always possible they're not. Kawamura getting inside. We got a 4-point game. He makes it 66-62. Belgium came out strong. They looked really good against USA. That's a stacked USA women's team. Excited for their last game against Germany. That should be a fun one. Benite tries a 3 off the mark. Rebound tipped around. Santos pulls it down. Kicks it for De Paula. Santos tries a 3. Another offensive rebound. This time it's Caboclo, and he sticks it back in. Bruno Caboclo getting active on the offensive glass. 68-62. Watanabe comes with a screen. Kawamura. Bingo. That's a 3. We got a 1-possession game. Japan has taken 33 pointers in this game. They are 12 of 30. Brazil is 12 of 20. And it's 68-65. Bruno Caboclo going to the line. It's against Josh Hawkinson. Japan is not going anywhere. Down by 11 at halftime, bringing it all the way back. Caboclo at the stripe. He played 9 NBA seasons, now plays his professional ball in Serbia. Caboclo goes 2 for 2. He has 23 points. 70-65 to count. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Kawamura tries another. That one he missed badly. Barely touched the backboard. Santos racing the other way. He kicks out. Benite will try and knocks it down. Vitor Benite has his teammates all fired up. Marcelino Huertas loves it on the bench. Hawkinson, his 4th 3 of the second half. This one from the left wing. 5-point game. Josh Hawkinson can really stretch the floor. And a foul is called against Hirotaka Yoshi. Oh no, it's an offensive foul against Bruno Caboclo. Back to Japan. Whenever Japan cuts it close, Brazil goes on a run. That is what it seems like today. It's been a big game of runs, and every time Japan goes on one, Brazil somehow has an answer. Like in the first half, Japan cut it to 3, and then Brazil went on an 11-0 run to make it 14. After the offensive foul, it's Japan basketball. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Kawamura up top. Gets into the lane. Kawamura off glass. No good. Offensive rebound. Hirotaka Yoshi for 2. "22 second chance points today for Japan. Caboclo down low. He backs down Hawkinson from the baseline. 2 points for Bruno Caboclo. He's got 25. Kawamura step back triple. That went in. The net didn't even move. Yuki Kawamura. He just put it in. The net did not move. I didn't think he made it. An impressive 3 makes it a 2-point game. 2 seconds separating the shot and game clock late in the third. Santos gives it up. Oh, we have a foul. Japan thought it was a travel. Udai Baba gets whistled for it. 6.3 seconds left. Iago Santos going to the line for 2. We're getting another look right now at this Yuki Kawamura 3-pointer. The net, when I say the net didn't move, it did not go anywhere. Yuki Kawamura the 5'8" guard on an Exhibit 10 contract with the Memphis Grizzlies, knocking it down for Japan. Santos, good on both, 77-73. Yeah, this will come down to who has the biggest fourth quarter run, in my opinion. Especially in the first couple minutes. If you can set the tone for the fourth quarter, you'll be in a good spot. Japan races it the other way, and Yudai Baba misses everything, and that'll do it. The third quarter comes to an end, 77-73. Japan wins the third quarter 29-22 to make this a game. It was an 11-point halftime lead for Brazil. Now it's just 4. Japan deserves to win playing this well without their best player. Yeah, I mean, they are really putting up a fight. And they have had other players, other than Rui Hachimura, obviously not on the team anymore. Others have to step up, and they have done just that. Yuki Kawamura with 20 points. Josh Hawkinson with 23. Not only that, he has 23 points and 8 rebounds. Yuki Kawamura has 20 points and 9 assists. So Japan has had their other players step up in a big way. Bruno Caboclo, 25 points and 9 rebounds for the Brazilians. This has been a great game so far, and it all comes down to the final 10 minutes in the first game of the day. This will be a bad loss for Brazil. Yeah, they've been in control of the lead this entire game. But Japan is really playing hard, putting up a fight. Obviously, neither team wants to lose this. Brazil has been on top. And it has been, like you said before, it's been a big game of runs. I think the first 3 minutes of this fourth quarter will be big. If you can go on a run early, you can really set the tone and gain momentum. We're just about set to get started in the fourth quarter. Josh Hawkinson, Bruno Caboclo, and the other 8 players on the floor. 10 minutes to go, and the fourth quarter is underway. Japan basketball going right to left, with the Paris 2024 logo at midcourt. Hawkinson top of the key. He hands off for Kawamura. Kawamura back up top. Hawkinson left alone, a top of the key 3. That is his 5th triple of the second half. It's a 1-point game. 77-76. Brazil on top of Japan, and an off-ball foul goes against Yuki Kawamura. Josh Hawkinson is lighting it up from deep in the second half. He is 5 of 5. Brazil gets it back after the foul is called. A sideline inbound for Santos goes right in for Caboclo in the post. Bounces out of the double team. Caboclo gets it back, working on Hawkinson off the glass and in. Bruno Caboclo with 27 points. A big game for the 9-year NBA veteran. The 6'9" forward, making it look easy down low. Kawamura contested right wing 3. That one's off. And Caboclo now has a double-double. 27 points and 10 rebounds. Screen for Santos, and now he backs it out. Cross court. Benite attacking. He gets fouled from behind by Hirotake Yoshi. 79-76 Brazil basketball. It's a baseline inbound. 14 on the shot clock. Inbound for Neto. Gets rid of it. Now it's Caboclo down low. And another foul is called. It's against Udai Baba. Bruno Caboclo going back to the free throw line. He has been really impressive today. 11 of 15 from the field. Oliver Dangrio, another Japan fan entering the chat. Yeah, Japan can not get into foul trouble. Especially without your star player. You're going to need all the depth you can get. And you can't have players getting into foul trouble. Yuki Kawamura doesn't like how the basketball feels. He's going to need a towel to wipe it off, I think. And it's exactly what they're doing, going to the bench for a towel. Right now for Japan, Yuki Kawamura, Udai Baba, Josh Hawkinson, and Hiro Takayoshi all have 3 fouls. Vitor Benite and Bruno Caboclo have 3 for Brazil. So we'll keep an eye on that. Joan Rui Hachimura is no longer a part of Team Japan. He has a calf injury and is no longer in France with Japan. They just called out of bounds, last touched by Brazil, and every Brazilian that is in France right now is asking for a review. I mean, immediately the entire team, entire coaching staff signaled to the officials for a replay. The second it went out of bounds, and for good reason, it definitely went off Josh Hawkinson. So they are going to the replay monitor. It'll probably go back to Brazil, I would have to assume. Actually, it might have hit the finger of Iago Santos. Very tough to see. It looked like it just hit the arm of Josh Hawkinson. But there's a chance that Iago Santos, he got his finger in there late, and it might have last touched his finger. Alright, Fritz is guessing a Brazil 3-point win. We'll see what happens. Getting late in this one. Officials are still at the monitor. Yeah, Hawkinson is really keeping this close. Alright, the officials agree. It's going back the other way. Brazil awarded with the possession. However, a technical foul has been assessed to the Brazil bench. So Yuki Kawamura going to the free throw line to shoot 1. Alexander Petrovic, the Brazil head coach, and the bench got whistled for a technical foul. They do get the basketball, but it's a 1-possession game after the Kawamura 3. 80-77, 8 minutes to go. Santos up top, gets rid of it. Benite coming off the screen, missed the 3. An offensive rebound for Gui Santos. Here's Iago Santos. Steps back off the screen, 4 to shoot. Santos gets into the lane and lays it in. Shedding off Josh Hawkinson. Iago Santos, that's a nice finish. Japan the other way, Kawamura out of bounds. Last touch by Brazil. It was blocked by Gui Santos. He was the last to touch it. Yeah, Yuki Kawamura is having a great game. Really the facilitator all game long for this team, and he also has 20 points. Baseline inbound. Japan down by 5. They trigger in for Kawamura. Kawamura steps back, finds an open Baba. That's a 3. It's in. Udai Baba, 82-80. Brazil with the lead. Japan has taken 36 three-pointers. Benite has the answer. 85-80. We're going back and forth from three-point range. Here's Hawkinson for Japan. The attack. 3 is away from the right wing, missed by Watanabe. Rebound for Caboclo. Inside, Santos, that's blocked. Watanabe got a piece of it. Japan the other way, 5 on 4 if they hurry. Santos late to get back. Watanabe fakes a 3, drives. His dunk is rejected by Bruno Caboclo. Trying to go for the poster, and Caboclo having no part of it. Yuto Watanabe going up for the jam, and Bruno Caboclo saying absolutely not. Iago Santos short on the 3 off the screen. Offensive rebound tipped around initially. Hawkinson taps it out of bounds. It'll stay here with Brazil. Watanabe tried to go up for that dunk with 2 hands, and Bruno Caboclo sent it back. Brazil inbounds from the baseline, 10 on the shot clock. And a traveling violation against Iago Santos. Timeout Japan, 6:11 to play. 85-80, Brazil leading Japan. And oh yeah, clearly a travel against Santos. He took 4 steps before dribbling. So Tom Hovas, the Japan coach, wants to talk things over. It's the 9th Brazil turnover. Japan has just 5. Leo Mendy has not played in the second half. He had a big first half. He beat the buzzer in the second quarter with a 3-pointer. They're showing him on screen right now. All right, the prodigy. Let's go Japan. You can do this, Japan. 6:11 to play. Does Japan have a comeback in them? We'll see what happens. This has been a very slow fourth quarter. After a fast-paced first half especially, and a pretty quick third quarter, the fourth has taken a long time. Currently on a timeout break with Japan. The score and time is on the top half of your screen. Stats also following along on the right side. Again, Australia-Greece will follow this game. Canada and Spain at 11:15, and France and Germany at 3 p.m. Those times all Eastern. Make my predictions while we have some time. I think Australia will beat Greece. I think Canada will beat Spain. And I think France will just barely beat Germany. Those two teams have already both qualified. Watanabe goes back up top for Kawamura. We're back underway after the Japan timeout. Kawamura dancing. He gets to the elbow, missed the jumper. Caboclo soars in for the rebound. Inside, rejected. Iago Santos blocked by Hawkinson. Santos was flying down the lane. Canada, Australia, and Germany will beat France. I think that'll be a good game. France, I think, has a lot more size than Germany. Two very good teams. As Caboclo drills a contested three. Hawkinson was all over him, but Bruno Caboclo, left wing, puts Brazil up by 8. 31 points for Bruno Caboclo. Kawamura up top. Inside, bounce pass for Hawkinson and a turnover. Taken away by Gui Santos. And he throws it away. Looking ahead for Caboclo. A parlay if Canada, Australia, and France win. I have no idea what the payout would look like for that. Go Bruno Caboclo. Big time game for Caboclo. We're more than halfway through the final quarter. Yuta Watanabe was just gifted an offensive rebound. Gui Santos was boxing out and he fell to the floor. 25 second chance points for Japan. Those two from Yuta Watanabe. France got bailed out versus Japan. Yeah, you never know what'll happen. France and Germany should be a great game. Mendy stepped back. He missed it off the heel. And Kawamura, as he crossed the timeline, got fouled by Iago Santos. (88-82). .423 left. The foul went on Iago Santos of Brazil. I do not sports bet, but as I'm talking about this, and I know everyone in the chat is placing their sports bets, I gotta know what's going on. So I keep tabs on the sports betting, but don't do it myself. Kawamura picks up the screen. He's double teamed. They're chasing him around the 3-point line. Gets rid of it. 8 on the shot clock. And a turnover. Hirotaka Yoshi and Yuki Kawamura were just not on the same page and they threw it out of bounds. Back to Brazil, 4 minutes to go. Raul Neto replaces Vitor Benite. Huertas will bring it up for Brazil. Huertas gets a screen from Caboclo, steps back. Another screen between these two. Huertas tries a 3, nothing but net for Marcelino Huertas. What do I think is going wrong with the U.S. men and women 3v3 teams? I have no idea. Those 3x3 teams for USA are just not good. The women lost to Azerbaijan, which was an absolute stunner. But I think they just don't have the greatest rosters. I think that might just be the problem. USA obviously focuses on the main 5v5 basketball, and those 3x3 teams just aren't that good. Obviously, Jimmer Fredette is a big name for USA, but I think the rosters are what's wrong. Brazil has just extended the lead to 11, 93-82, after Marcelino Huertas hit that last bucket. Looking inside, it's out of bounds. It stays with Brazil, 10 on the timer. Kawamura playing hero ball. I don't know. Kawamura having a pretty nice game. Let me check how many assists he has. He's been facilitating real well today. He has 21 points and 10 assists. Josh Hawkinson, 26 points, 10 rebounds. And then obviously the star today for Brazil, Bruno Caboclo, 31 points and 14 rebounds. Vitor Benite has 19 points, Marcelino Huertas with 13. Tom Hovas calls a timeout for Japan. 93-82. 2:50 to go. Josh Hawkinson has 10 rebounds. Under 3 minutes to play, and Brazil makes it 93-82. Why am I less energetic? Could be the 5 a.m. tip-off where I am. That could do it. Trying to bring the energy I can, keep everyone entertained, as we're going down to the wire between Japan and Brazil, but the Brazilians have made the lead 11. Bruno Caboclo having a big game. He's 4 of 4 from three-point range, 8 of 13 from inside the arc. Keisei Tominaga has checked back in for Japan. We'll see if they try to get him some three-point looks. Brazil basketball, though, out of this timeout. And 10 on the shot clock. Again, the loser of this is eliminated from the knockout stage. The winner has a chance to qualify as a third-place team. Here's the baseline inbound for Brazil. They go up for Caboclo up top. Huertas gets the handoff. Alley-oop, Caboclo, not sure what happened there. He didn't know where he caught it. He keeps it alive, though, and throws it full court out of bounds. Bruno Caboclo went up for a reverse dunk, it looked like, and he just wasn't close to the hoop. And then he threw it way over the head of Huertas, out of bounds. Kawamura baseline inbound now for Japan. 14 on the shot clock to begin the possession, and a turnover. Keisei Tominaga lost the pass from Kawamura, and it's back to Brazil. Raul Neto exchanging words with the Japan head coach, Tom Hovas. Good defense by Neto to force that turnover. Huertas, picked up by Hawkinson, finds Caboclo up top. They swing it around. Mendy tries a three. Off the mark, it's tipped out. Caboclo. Mendy tries another one, this time from the corner, and it splashes in. Leo Mendy puts Brazil up by 14 with 2 minutes to go. 96-82. Brazil is 17 of 28 from 3. Tominaga, long range from the right wing. He missed it short. It's tracked down by Yoshi in the backcourt. Tominaga steps in, and the two-point floater is good. Keisei Tominaga with his first points of the game. The look for Caboclo. 90 seconds to play. Huertas fires inside, and Raul Neto catches and lays it in. The 8-year NBA veteran catching the pass from Huertas and immediately sticking it in for 2 off the glass. Watanabe and Kawamura, 2 Japanese stars today, along with Hawkinson, have checked out of the game. And Brazil can feel it. Japan ball after the substitutions. Tominaga, step back right wing 3, too strong. Tipped around, Caboclo pulls it down for Brazil, and he gets tripped up by Hawkinson. Yeah, this should do it. 98-84, a minute 18 to go. And Japan knows. They are hanging their heads low right now. Tom Hovas scratching his head on the bench. Brazil can feel a win to keep their hopes alive. Again, they do not qualify yet. They'll have to wait and see how the other groups play out today and tomorrow. But Japan will be eliminated with this loss. Caboclo working on Hawkinson. He kicks it back out. Huertas dumps for Caboclo, two-hand flush. Triple digits now for Brazil. It's 100-84 under a minute to go. Bruno Caboclo just threw it down. 16-point lead late for Brazil, and Josh Hawkinson is out of the game with 26 points. Japan is bringing in the substitutes. Yuki Togashi is in, Akira Jacobs is on the floor, Hugh Watanabe, Kai Taves has checked in. Yuki Kawamura, Yuta Watanabe, Josh Hawkinson, all on the bench, and their Olympic run in 2024 will come to an end in group play. Japan will go 0-3 in Group B. Brazil will improve to 1-2, keeping their hopes of qualifying as a third-place team alive. Jacobs misses a floater. 30 seconds to play. Raul Neto catches another pass and drops it in. It's 102-84, adding insult to injury. But the point differential will be helpful. And that one was last touched by Brazil. It'll stay with Japan. Tom Hovas just pacing up and down the sideline. Yuta Watanabe is hanging his head low on the bench. Is France men's basketball team underperforming? Maybe a little bit. They are 2-0, but close games, just barely beat Japan. And France, the home nation, was looked at as one of the best in these Olympics, so maybe underperforming a little bit. And this game won't end so soon. We're going to the replay monitor. Seems a little unnecessary, with 1 second separating the shot and game clock. Yes, Hawkinson does have 10 rebounds. He has checked out of the game, but he did hit double-digit rebounds. There is a young fan right now behind the officials holding up a Greece Giannis jersey. I think we're going to see who last touched the ball. Doesn't really make a difference late in this game. Again, Greece and Australia is next. Canada and Spain at 11:15. And France and Germany at 3 p.m. all times Eastern. Those are the 4 games today. Ball goes to Brazil. Oh, it's another Japan turnover. Japan still in full court pressure. Huertas bringing it up. 10 seconds to go. Huertas being pressured by Tominaga. And Tominaga has a steal. They do not get a shot off. That will do it. Japan is eliminated from the 2024 Olympics. Brazil has a chance to qualify for the knockout stage as a third-place team. The final score, Brazil beats Japan 102-84. Let's take a look at the final stats before we sign off. First, for the winners, Brazil, Bruno Caboclo, 33 points and 17 rebounds. A huge game for Brazil. Vitor Benite also had 19 points. Marcelino Huertas, 13 points and 8 assists. On the other side, for Japan, Josh Hawkinson, 26 points and 10 rebounds. Yuta Watanabe, 14 points and 9 rebounds. And Yuki Kawamura with a 21 point, 10 assist double-double. So that will do it for this chat party. I'm Michael Cerroti, saying I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for tuning in. Brazil beats Japan 102-84, and we'll see you next time.